Okay, is the Great Wall of China totally overrated or really worth visiting? I will give you everything you need to know in this episode, so stay tuned. Sorry, another day in China, and we are at the Great Wall, not where we were supposed to be, thanks to another setback. Because of windy and stormy weather coming, we can go to Jinchangling, so we are at the Mutianyu. I don't even remember the name. So we are hiking to reach Tower 12. Supposed to be like 45 minutes hike up and 1 hour and a half walk. But yeah, you can definitely see. Whoa, it's tough. Sad we couldn't make to the other one, because that looks like a great section of the wall if you can. But yeah, the weather is unpredictable. We didn't know it was closed until we get there, so sadly. But wow, clouds are coming. Thanks to the advice from the guide we got, we're heading straight to tower number 12. You can reach one point with cable car. This is the north footpath. You can go south where you get the government building or something like that, which is a bigger tower, but it's closer, so attracts more people. And yeah, if we have time we will do it, but I guess we're sure, like I said, we got the first trip cancelled, so we ended up coming here instead, but we spent like 3.5 hours in the bus, and we only have like 3 hours or something here, so short time, but we're gonna try to make most of it. And yeah, this is nice. I guess it's less crowded than I would have thought. Maybe because we're coming a little later than most of the groups, or maybe just, well, but yeah, it's actually pretty nice. So not so crowded, not so busy, and so we are going to climb all the way up there. This is a hell of a walk and nice walk. Good weather, it's not too hot, and totally enjoyable right here, right now. Technically, I paid 55 euros for the Jinchangling tour, but as we didn't get to go there, we got a discount of 200 yuans, which is more than 24 euros. So, but basically this tour, I saw it online between 22 to 25 euros. More if you have a guide or the cable car, but yeah, it's like a full day tour. You leave like early in the morning, 8 o'clock, come back around 5, 6. Pick up pizza, Dongximen station on the line 2. You can find it easily, and wow, yeah. On the south, this section is good. I cannot judge as I haven't been to the Jinchangling one, unfortunately. as soon as you arrive, the other one looks pretty much more wild, and your parking lot is pretty small. There were very few people over there, so I think that might be the good choice. This one feels already more crowded, and many birds, many shorebirds, but still enjoyable, I guess. Even more like this. This is beginning of high season compared to some of the attractions we saw in Beijing. This is not as crowded, so maybe it was more crowded in the morning and we got lucky. Maybe it's just like good. This is Mutianyu section of the world, and I mean, you get great views and great panorama, and I wouldn't go to Beijing from what I heard. Same, I think, depends on what you want, and if you don't want to go very far, I think Beijing is the closest and the more like touristic, more accessible. But this one, you get the cable car. That can make it a little more expensive, but still. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have to go down there and then go up there and over there. I guess it's a series of up and down, so just go with the flow. Yeah, I guess that's something I'm more and more learning in China, is really to just go with the flow. As in the last 3 days that I've been here, it's actually my 4th day. I always had to change plans, and because I didn't plan things, I'm kind of reassured because today I met like other girls from America who, just like me, came and didn't plan like the Forbidden City 1 week in advance or stuff. So yeah, you have to know that. Be prepared. Book stuff before. So we have 1.5 hours left here. We're trying to get to the Tower 1 and the big governor's tower, I guess, something like that. So it's gonna be crazy. Walk there. Wow, it's uphill, downhill. Wow. That's it. We made it to Tower 1. We went from Tower 12 to the 14th and the 14th to 1 in 1 hour. So totally doable, but wow. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing, the view is amazing. And we're here. So actually, when you get to the Jiangmen, which is the tower, the last tower, the Tower 1, the biggest, it's a tower that's supposed to make the link between the inside of the walls and outside of the walls. And from there, you cannot go, it's walled in, but there's, as you can see, the rest of the wall, which is going far in the mountains, and that's undeveloped and where you cannot go walk for, of course. But yeah, so that's an achievement. That's a long ass walk. But yeah, and definitely an amazing structure when you think about the time it was built and the resource, because it's like really in the mountain. It's going up and down thousands of stairs, and oh yeah. Are we having the Great Wall just for ourselves? I guess we kind of do. Wow, look at that. Nearly nobody around. And wow. This is for sure a great, great view. I'm heading back down where you got the thing, the kind of telepheric and stuff, which is at Tower 6. So what we did was climb up to the tower number 12, walk to the tower number 14, then walk all the way back to tower number 1, which was that kind of a long stretch, and then walk back to the tower 6 to get down. I think you can get down just at the one before also. Not sure, you have to check. But yeah, when you come up, you get those two ways. You can come right here, which is the south way, and see like the tower with 3 houses and the tower 1, or go the way we went first. Overall thoughts, of course, this is a must-see if you come to China, and I guess that's also why you can tell it's a wonder of the world, because this is really some amazing structure in the nature. And there are other parts. I know you can do some also hiking in between parts, but not sure like today if the weather conditions are not good, you can still do it or not. That's definitely a must-see, and I totally enjoyed it. Even if we had 3 hours, I guess I was afraid that might be short, but when you keep walking and you keep moving, and I saw most of this section in 2 hours and something. So, but like I said, you can take the cable car up, you can take the telepheric or the lodge down. So anyway, you can manage your way up and down and see most of the wall. I saw many people walking, so yeah. Okay guys, so I guess that's it for today and for this episode of the Great Wall in China. And I know there are many videos on the topics, and I don't think this one is particularly original. Okay, heading back down. Then you have a shuttle bus to take, and then I will be arriving at the meeting point, I guess, so everything's in order.